Can alternate realities exist? A college student was suddenly hit by a football player, knocking him unconscious. But what happened next was beyond belief. While unconscious, he lived an entire decade in another life, falling in love, getting married, and raising 2 children. It all felt real, until the day everything changed. One day he noticed something strange, a lamp. Its perspective was wrong, almost inverted. Fixated, he stopped eating, stopped moving, until reality itself unraveled. In an instant, his world crumbled. A blinding red glow, screams, a rush of distorted sound. And then, he woke up. Pain surged through his body. He was on the sidewalk, surrounded by strangers. The entire life he had known was never real. Though he healed, the emotional scars never faded. He mourned his lost family, especially his son, who he sometimes still sees. Just a glimpse, but never hears. Was it just a dream, or proof that alternate realities truly exist? This story happened when I was around 18 or 19 years old, and to this day, I still can't explain it. It was the middle of the afternoon, a completely normal summer day, until everything changed. I lived with my parents in my childhood home, a place I had known my entire life. Every day I would go for a walk in the nearby park, a routine I had kept since I was 14. That day was no different. At least that's what I thought. The moment I stepped outside, I knew something was wrong. Everything looked the same. The ravine next to our house, the tree in our yard, even the way the shadows fell on the pavement. But it felt completely different. Like I had stepped into a version of my neighborhood that wasn't quite real. The air felt thick, my skin crawled, and a deep sense of wrongness settled over me. I hesitated for a moment on my front porch, trying to shake the feeling, before deciding to just get on with my walk. But as I walked down the driveway, I noticed my neighbor tending to his garden across the street. Then he looked up, and the expression on his face will haunt me forever. He looked at me as if he had just seen a ghost. His face drained of color, his mouth opened to speak, and before he could say a word, I was back inside my house. I hadn't turned around. I hadn't walked back inside. One moment I was halfway down my driveway, and the next I was standing inside my house again, staring at the door. My heart pounded as I flung it open. But this time, my neighbor was gone. I never told anyone about that day. To this day, I have no explanation for what happened. A glitch in reality? A shift into an alternate dimension? I don't know. But what unsettles me the most isn't the teleportation, or even my neighbor's terrified reaction. It's that feeling. The overwhelming, inexplicable wrongness of my own neighborhood, a place I had lived my entire life. Yet, in that moment it felt like I had never seen it before, and I don't think I'll ever forget it. It was a day like any other, just me, my cousin, and my aunt all playing on the front porch. We were only 4 or 5 years old, laughing and running around, completely unaware that we were about to step into something unexplainable. Then, out of nowhere, 2 teenagers approached us. They had a strange air about them, but their question was even stranger. They leaned in close and asked us, "Do you want to see a castle?" I knew this was bad news. Something inside me screamed not to go. But my cousin was already hooked. We had to see it. We followed them into the woods, walking along a winding trail. Time felt strange, endless, yet fleeting. In reality, it was probably 20 minutes, but in our young minds, it felt like forever. Then, we saw it. A castle unlike anything I had ever imagined. Majestic, otherworldly, straight out of a fairy tale. It was glowing, almost calling to us. We exchanged a single look, pure joy. We had to share this amazing news. We had to tell our parents. We turned to run back. But here's the thing. Getting back was instant. It was as if the long journey into the woods had never happened. One second, we were at the castle. The next, we were home. We burst through the door, out of breath, babbling about the castle. But instead of excitement, we were met with fear. Then my mom said to us, "Where were you? You've only been outside for a few minutes." I turned away for a second and you guys were gone. Then I thought to myself, but how? How could we have been gone so long, yet only moments had passed? How could we have seen something that shouldn't exist? As I got older, I've searched. I've questioned. But there's no castle, no church, no ruins, nothing. But we all remember. Every time we see each other, we bring it up. We all saw it. We all lived it. Was it a glitch in reality? A peek into a parallel universe? A divine intervention? Or something more sinister? And who were those teenagers? Why didn't they follow us when we headed back? Were they showing us something? Or leading us into a trap? I may never have the answers. But one thing I know for sure, I saw that castle, and I've never stopped wondering what would have happened if we had stayed. If you enjoyed these mysterious stories, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out.